it a case of rivals joining forces. When Eric Robinson and Tim Jackson first met, Robinson was an assistant coach with Darryl Barley's East High Eagles. Jackson's son, Tim, played for Rush Henrietta. The two schools faced each other in the AAA final. That was 2005. When Robinson, now the East High athletic director, had an opening for the head coaching position of his girls program, Jackson became interested.
This happened overnight. It wasn't something I was looking for. It kind of happened over 24 hours. Talked to my athletic director over the phone for about 15 minutes. We arranged to meet the next day, and I was hired probably 12, 15 hours after we spoke. But I've known him for years because he coached against my son they were at Rush Henrietta. So.
Jackson had spent the past 7 seasons coaching the boys team at Clyde Savannah, where his teams won 3 Section 5 titles and advanced to the regionals twice, including last year's club. With the possibility of bringing in a coach with that background, Robinson didn't hesitate.
I got a phone call that, he may be available. I reached out to him immediately. We had a short conversation and met. I think the next day we actually had a meeting. I've known Tim for a long time, know sort of what he stands for. One of the things we're trying to change around here has been the culture. Our girls program is a program that won a state championship, 7, 8 years ago. So we went through some hard times for a few years there. And I know Tim's a successful sectional championship coach. And to find out who I have a history with, through some rivalries back in the day. But when we had the conversation, my main goal was just trying to figure out from him whether or not his interest was genuine. And because obviously he's coming from the boys' side, the girls' side of things isn't always the most glamorous. And, I know he had coached girls in the past and at the AAU level. And when I had the conversation with him and felt like he genuinely was interested in being in the city, being at a program like East. And when we had the conversation, I felt like it was genuine. He really had an interest in doing it. And, the next day or two, I made a decision to let's go with it. And it's been nothing but up.
Coaching at East gave Jackson an opportunity to share his knowledge for a game that he loves.
Basketball is basketball, because someone asked me before, why would you come here and coach at East? Because this is where I wanted to come back. I coached in the city years ago, but I always wanted to come back because I always felt that this is where I needed to be. Kids they know how, they want to win, but I don't think I'll ever know how to win. So hopefully I can help them become successful on the basketball court as well as in life. So
Jackson takes over a program that won 7 games a year ago, 6 the season before that, and 4 in 2015-16. His current squad has just 7 players, but together they are building for the future.
You've been through rebuild projects before. What makes you tick so that you want to do things like this?
Competition, just the opportunity to help people, and I love coaching. I love it, and just the challenge of it. I think that's what life's all about, challenges, and I love them. So.
After dropping their first 4 games of the 2018-19 campaign, Tim Jackson's East Eagles have won 5 of 6, including taking the championship of the Gates Chi-Li Christmas Tournament.
It was just really fun and exciting because we got 2 of our W's during that tournament, so make our record look a little bit better. And it was just very exciting to win that tournament, being that we haven't won. Being that I've been on varsity for a couple years, so it was just very fun.
Christmas tournament champions, what was it like to win that title?
It was actually good because that's our first time winning it, so it was a happy moment for us. I really enjoyed playing. It was fun.
So you go in and you win the Christmas tournament.
Yeah.
What was your reaction? What's it like to go in and win that title?
Happy. Yeah. Finally, we won something.
They didn't stop there, knocking off RCAC rival School of the Arts in their first game after the holiday break. The big difference on the court?
Defense. We just getting back. We had a lot of fast breaks, so that was good. And we just talking and communicating with each other and playing as a team.
Working hard, getting back on defense. Defense was it was part of the game. We got good defense. And
the positive returns are exactly what Eric Robinson wanted to see.
What are some of the changes you've seen leading up to the Christmas tournament?
So I think the biggest thing to me is, again, just the culture of our girls wanting to be in the gym. Typically in the past, over the last 4 or 5 years, it's been, for our girls program at least, the only time they were in the gym would be during practice. And now it's, he has open gyms. He did a bunch of things in the off season that, there are days when we have a gym full of girls, and actually from all over the place. So it wasn't just our girls, but he's brought a sense of purpose for our girls, that the program can be one that's successful, but also one that's going to develop skills and lead to eventual success. My goal wasn't to win a sectional title this year, although I'm not putting that out of realm, but the goal was just to sort of build the program back to what it used to be, and create that sense of pride in our girls program, similar to what we have on the boys side. Our boys program traditionally has been pretty strong, and I wanted to make sure our girls get the same opportunities that our boys get to actually come out and have some success, and then be able to create the school culture where we're backing them, and that they know that they're going to be supported. They know that, from top down, from our superintendent, Dr. Downs, our principal, Marlene Blocker, that we support them just like we do the boys, and that, they're going to reap some of the same benefits.
Building now with the future in mind.
So I'm happy about the move. I mean, I see a lot of potential. I'm excited about it because I have a lot of young kids, and we've won 4 of our last 5. So it's a process. But I can see light at the end of the tunnel.
At East High High School, this is Paul Gotham with the Vision High School Sports Beat.